A year-long business trip. My wife had a child for her white moonlight. I was on a year-long business trip, and on the day I was about to board the plane to return home, my wife's ex-boyfriend, Lin Junfeng, posted a message on social media. Thank you for being there, for finally letting me experience the joy of being a father. In the picture, Lin Junfeng and a woman were tightly embracing, holding a newborn baby boy in their arms. Although the woman's face was not visible, I immediately recognized the wedding ring on her hand. I was trembling all over, a bitter look on my face. I questioned Mu Yunqi about her betrayal. She replied righteously, Junfeng has wanted to be a father for a long time. I was just fulfilling his wish. It was just helping him have a child. What's wrong with that? Do you really have to get a divorce? No one picked me up at the airports. I went home by myself, looking at the familiar, yet unfamiliar surroundings. I smoked in silence for hours inside the house. In the evening, Mu Yunqi returned. She fanned away the smoke with her hand, and while coughing, said with a look of disgust, Ning Ran, what's going on? Didn't we agree to quit smoking when we got married? Did you pick it up again after you went abroad? Do you even take my words to heart? After a long silence, I finally said, let's not talk about the cigarettes, let's talk about the child. Child? What child? The child you had with Lin Junfeng. Mu Yunqi was stunned. What nonsense are you talking about? I took out my phone and showed her Lin Junfeng's social media post. Seeing that her secret was out, Mu Yunqi frankly admitted it. Yes, I gave Junfeng a child while you were away from home. His wife is naturally infertile. You know that. Junfeng has always wanted a child. He's been dreaming about it. To fulfill his wish, I just made a small sacrifice. It's not a big deal. You don't need to make a fuss. I'm making a fuss? I flared up. My wife not only cuckolded me while I was away on a 2-year business trip, but also had a child with another man. And you say I'm making a fuss? Mu Yunqi frowned. Ning Ran, what do you want? You want to argue with me as soon as you get home. Is that it? Can a man like you have a bit more tolerance? I didn't have an affair. I just did a good deed. I swear to heaven, Junfeng didn't touch my body. It was artificial insemination. I said, the child has already been born, whether it was artificial insemination or not. It doesn't matter anymore. Mu Yunqi, let's get divorced. Mu Yunqi said coldly, divorce it is, just don't regret it. Also, you're sleeping on the sofa tonight. Don't even think about touching me. After saying that, she kicked me out of the bedroom and slammed the door shut with a loud bang. I dragged my unopened suitcase and left home without looking back. I checked into a hotel and spent the whole night tossing and turning, my chest aching from anger. Helpless, I took a taxi to the hospital in the middle of the night, and to my surprise, I ran into Lin Junfeng and Mu Yunqi in the emergency room. Mu Yunqi was holding the child in her arms, and a fever patch was stuck on the child's forehead. Seeing me, Lin Junfeng looked a little embarrassed, while Mu Yunqi's face immediately darkened. Ning Ran, what do you want? Don't you sleep in the middle of the night, but run here to stalk us? The baby is sick. Junfeng can't take care of him alone, so I'm just helping out. Do you have to be jealous of even such a small thing? Seeing the family of 3 in harmony, I thought I would fly into a rage and start cursing them out on the spot. But surprisingly, I felt strangely calm inside. Calm like a pool of stagnant water. This was probably what it felt like to be heartbroken. I said, don't misunderstand. I came to the hospital to see a doctor. I showed them the doctor's report in my hand, but all I got was an eye roll from Mu Yunqi. Ning Ran, after so many years of marriage, who do you think you can fool with your little tricks? That diagnosis report, you probably picked it up from some trash can, right? Seeing that I was silent, she thought she had guessed correctly and immediately sneered. Ning Ran, I don't want to argue with you in public. The baby is sick, and he has a fever of 39 degrees. I won't leave until his fever goes down. Lin Junfeng also said with a sincere face. Ning Ran, don't blame Yunqi. If you have to blame someone, blame me. It's my first time being a father. I have no experience. I don't know what to do when I encounter something. Luckily, Yunqi was there. Enough. I'll say it again. I didn't come to stalk you, believe it or not. I interrupted him. Mu Yunqi, tomorrow at 9 in the morning, we'll meet at the Civil Affairs Bureau. Lin Junfeng was stunned. Ning Ran, what do you mean by that? Are you going to divorce Yunqi? Mu Yunqi said coldly. That's right, just because I helped him have a child. Ning Ran is making a fuss about divorce. Ning Ran, I can explain this. Actually, Yunqi didn't cheat or betray you. We used artificial insemination. It's all my fault for wanting a child too much, but Zijun has no fertility. You know that? Yunqi is very caring. She saw my distress and took the initiative to offer this solution. At first, I didn't agree, but then she said she had discussed it with you, so I agreed. I sneered. Lin Junfeng, please stop pretending. Yesterday's WeChat moments. You blocked Mu Yunqi and deliberately posted it for me alone, right? Before Lin Junfeng could speak, Mu Yunxi already said, Ning Ran, don't talk nonsense. Junfeng is not that kind of person. He didn't block me. I was just busy with work and missed it for a moment. Seeing how hard she tried to defend her ex-boyfriend, the heart that was already dead became a few degrees colder. I looked at Mu Yunxi. Mu Yunxi, do you remember, in the second year of our marriage, I asked you when we could have a baby? Your answer was without hesitation, saying that you were still young and didn't want your figure to get out of shape too early, so you would never consider it within 10 years. I agreed, but what happened? You wouldn't do that for me, but you did it with another man. Does having Lin Junfeng's child not make your figure change? Search your conscience. Have you treated me right? Mu Yunxi lowered her head, silent. I said coldly, no matter how flowery your words are, this divorce is final. Mu Yunxi, not to be outdone, raised her head and said loudly, divorce then, see you at the Civil Affairs Bureau tomorrow. Lin Junfeng persuaded. Ning Ran, Yunxi, calm down, divorce is not a small matter. Mu Yunxi sneered, Junfeng, you don't need to persuade him. I don't care about this kind of narrow-minded man. The sooner we divorce, the better. The three of them eventually parted on bad terms. The next day, Mu Yunxi arrived as scheduled. After getting the divorce certificate, she didn't even bother to say hello, just looked at me coldly, then got into Lin Junfeng's car and left. I stood on the main road, lit a cigarette, and took a deep breath. In the swirling smoke, I recalled the past with Mu Yunxi. In college, she was the campus belle, and I was just an ordinary poor guy. Although I had feelings for her, and we were in the same class, I never dared to confess, because I felt I was not worthy of her. In our sophomore year, Mu Yunxi and the class monitor, Lin Junfeng, went public with their relationship. The classmates all sent their blessings, praising them as a perfect match, a match made in heaven. As a result, on the eve of graduation, Lin Junfeng's family arranged for him to study abroad, and left them with no choice but to break up. Mu Yunxi couldn't handle the blow and went to a bar to drink recklessly. I happened to pass by and saw her being dragged into a car by three men with malicious intentions. I immediately yelled to stop them. The three men cursed me for minding my own business and even said they would beat me up. That was the first time in my life I had ever fought. For Mu Yunxi, I went all out. Fortunately, I won. The three men were chased away, and I was bleeding from the head, covered in wounds, and had a broken leg. Mu Yunxi, who had sobered up a lot, quickly took me to the hospital and visited me every day. After going through all this, Mu Yunxi slowly emerged from her emotional low and became my girlfriend. For her, I gave up a high-paying job after graduation and resolutely stayed in Jiangcheng. After a few years of hard work, I had a house, a car, and I also entered the hall of marriage with her. Just when I thought I could grow old with Mu Yunxi and live a happy life, reality gave me a heavy blow. It turned out that in her heart, there had always been a place for Lin Junfeng, and it was much more important than mine. I had worked so hard for so many years, only to end up with nothing. I'd become a joke. After the divorce, my life was very fulfilling. Because Mu Yunxi was no longer my everything, I could live well for myself. During that time, I also asked friends for help and investigated some things. Lin Junfeng's social media was updated every day. Besides posting pictures of his child, there were also many intimate photos of him and Mu Yunxi. University classmates liked and commented one after another. Such a cute son. I want to hold him. The class monitor and the school beauty's genes are so good. Of course, their child will be beautiful. Indeed, you two are the most compatible. Everyone else should step aside. Class monitor, we are still waiting to have your wedding banquet. Have you set a date yet? Seeing the comments, I learned that Lin Junfeng had also divorced his wife. Now he and Mu Yunxi were living together, always seen as a couple, so loving and affectionate. Lin Junfeng replied, the date is set. It will be on the day of the baby's 100-day celebration. We will hold the wedding banquet and the 100-day celebration together then. Congratulations, class monitor. May the lovers finally be together. I commented and liked the post, and less than 5 minutes later, Mu Yunxi called. Ning Ran, don't forget that we have been divorced for 2 months. Why are you being so sour in Junfeng's social media? Your sarcasm is disgusting, I said calmly. I'm not being sour. I'm just simply wishing you well. Humph, you say it so nicely, but everyone knows what you're really thinking. Mu Yunxi sneered. Ning Ran, don't say I didn't warn you. Don't even think about ruining my relationship with Junfeng, or I won't let you off. As soon as she finished speaking, I heard Lin Junfeng's voice. Yunxi, who are you calling? Is it Ning Ran? That's right. It's that despicable person. Let me talk to him for a few words. Lin Junfeng took the phone and said with a smile, Ning Ran, thank you for your blessings. Next Sunday is my son's 100-day celebration. You won't refuse to attend, will you? Mu Yunxi asked puzzledly. Junfeng, why are you inviting him? After all, we are classmates, the more the merrier. I knew very well what Lin Junfeng was thinking. Besides showing off, he wanted to embarrass me in public. Because he still held a grudge against me for taking advantage of the situation back then. After hesitating for a moment, I nodded. Okay, I'll be there. After hanging up, I called Lin Junfeng's ex-wife, Lu Zijuan, and asked her to meet for a chat. Lu Zijuan readily agreed. As victims and failures in marriage, we couldn't help but feel melancholic when we met. Actually, Lu Zijuan was a very outstanding woman. Young and beautiful, successful in her career, diligent and caring for her family. The only flaw was that she couldn't have children. And also, she wasn't Lin Junfeng's white moonlight. Lu Zijuan and I talked a lot about marriage, about love, about Mu Yunxi and Lin Junfeng's betrayal. She said she was leaving this sad place, moving abroad, and she had already bought her plane ticket. She asked me what my plans were. I didn't answer, but instead handed her some pre-prepared documents. After reading them, Lu Zijuan's expression changed slightly. So that's it. No wonder Lin Junfeng wanted a divorce from me. This beast. I won't let him have it easy. The 100-day celebration was quite lively, and many classmates came. Lin Junfeng wore a sharp suit, and Mu Yunxi wore a white dress, dressed in a sexy and charming way. Although she had given birth to a child, her figure was not out of shape at all. Guests came forward to congratulate them, wishing the new parents and the baby well. When I arrived, everyone cast strange glances at me. Why is Ning Ran here too? He still has the nerve to come. He really has a thick skin. To be honest, I didn't think much of it when Mu Yunxi married him. That's right. Ning Ran is not worthy of the school beauty. It's like a beautiful flower stuck in cow dung. Only the class monitor can match the school beauty. I heard that Mu Yunxi was forced back then. She didn't love Ning Ran, but she had no choice but to marry him. That Ning Ran, just by looking at his face, you can tell he's a despicable villain, extremely sinister. He's not here with good intentions today. Could he be here to cause trouble? He has the guts? Back in college, I dared to beat him, and I'd still beat him now. Hearing everyone's sarcastic remarks, Lin Junfeng's smile became even brighter. He wrapped his arm around Mu Yunxi's slender waist and walked triumphantly to in front of me. Ning Ran, you really didn't break your promise. I was actually afraid you wouldn't come. I handed over the red envelope with a blank expression. Congratulations. I wish your baby good health and safety. Mu Yunxi looked at me coldly, her eyes still containing a hint of vigilance. Lin Junfeng didn't take it to heart, patted my shoulder and laughed. Thank you. By the way, Ning Ran, speaking of which, I was able to have this son thanks to you. Why don't we do this? Let my son recognize you as his godfather. He showed a mocking expression, a hidden knife in his smile. The voices of old classmates echoed nearby. Class monitor, this kind of person isn't worthy of being the child's godfather. I think so too. Don't lower the baby's status. If it wasn't for his interference back then, the class monitor and the school bell would have long since achieved a happy ending. Why would they have waited so many years? Ning Ran attending the 100-day banquet is just bad luck for the baby. A blessing in disguise. It's a good thing Mu Yunxi didn't have his child back then. Looking at his miserable state, he doesn't have the blessing to have a son at all. I declined Lin Junfeng's kindness. After the banquet began, Lin Junfeng and Mu Yunxi started to toast each table. When it was my turn, the two deliberately turned a blind eye, directly skipping over me. I wasn't angry either, and sat calmly on my chair. Just as the toasting was about to finish a round, the sound of a child crying suddenly echoed in the hall. It was the baby in the stroller, who had started wailing uncontrollably, and Mu Yunxi couldn't soothe him no matter what she did. Everyone gathered around, and someone shouted, "Look, there are handprints on the baby's arm." Someone must have pinched him hard. They're all blue and purple. Who is so ruthless? No wonder he's crying so fiercely. Poor baby. Soon, everyone's eyes turned to me. Mu Yunxi glared at me. Ning Ran, did you do this? I shook my head and said no. A female classmate immediately stood up and said, "It was Ning Ran. I saw him pass by the stroller with my own eyes." I explained that I went to the bathroom just now and only passed by. I absolutely did not pinch the child's hand. Lin Junfeng's close friend said sarcastically, "If it wasn't you, then who else could it be? Everyone here knows. You hold a grudge against the class monitor and Mu Yunxi. You pinch the baby's hand. It's completely out of jealousy and hatred. You don't dare to do it openly. You only dare to do it secretly. Ning Ran, you are truly a shameless and despicable villain." Seeing her son's crying red eyes, Mu Yunxi was heartbroken and shed tears. Lin Junfeng's smile also disappeared, and he said with a gloomy face, Ning ran. If you have any grievances in your heart, you can say them, or you can come at me. Why make things difficult for a newborn infant? Mu Yunxi pointed at my nose and cursed. Ning ran, apologize. I argued forcefully. I didn't do it. Why should I apologize? You can check the surveillance footage. If it turns out I really did it, you can call the police. The female classmate fanned the flames. Don't listen to his lies. It's 100% him. That's right. Don't let him off. Make him kneel down and apologize to the child. Otherwise, this isn't over. He can even do something like this to such a small child. How evil is his heart? The more Mu Yunxi thought about it, the angrier she became, and in a fit of rage, she grabbed the ashtray on the table and smashed it hard at me. Clang! The ashtray shattered, and I was also hit in the head, my head buzzing, and I almost fell to the ground. Ning ran, you're a beast. You moved my son. I'm going to fight you. Seeing this scene, other classmates also swarmed over, punching and kicking me. Lin Junfeng pretended to mediate while taking the opportunity to step forward and kick me a few times. Just when the scene was a chaotic mess, the hotel security rushed in and separated everyone. Mu Yunxi, who was being held back, glared at me, her appearance like she wanted to tear me to pieces. My face covered in blood. I wobbled and steadied myself by holding onto a chair. A security guard asked if I needed an ambulance. Just as I was about to answer, a group of people appeared at the entrance. Leading them was a white-haired old man in a wheelchair, and pushing him was Lu Zijuan, who had previously said she was going to settle abroad. Behind them were also bodyguards and a female secretary. Upon seeing the white-haired old man, Lin Junfeng froze on the spot. He stammered, Ji-Gran, uncle. Why are you back in the country? The white-haired old man looked at him expressionlessly and said calmly, What? Does my return to the country require prior notification to you? Granduncle, I didn't mean it that way. Seeing the white-haired old man's entourage, even a fool would know that his wealth and status were extraordinary. The previously noisy hall instantly fell silent, except for the sound of a baby crying. Lu Zijuan looked at me, her eyes asking if I wanted to call an ambulance. I gently shook my head. The white-haired old man asked, Whose child is that crybaby? Lin Junfeng quickly replied, It's my son, named Lin Yuchen. He just turned 100 days old today. The white-haired old man slightly narrowed his eyes. Oh, so today's celebration is his 100-day banquet? Yes, granduncle. Lin Junfeng said with a flattering look. Your presence is perfect. You're the only one who can give Yuchen blessings. The white-haired old man changed the subject. Let's put the blessings aside for now. Junfeng, I'm asking you, how did this child come about? He's the child of Yunxi and me. At this moment, Mu Yunxi's face was no longer as fierce as before, and she obediently walked up to the old man. She sweetly called out, Granduncle, hello. Mu Yunxi cautiously glanced at Lu Zijuan behind him, with a guilty look on her face. Lin Junfeng tentatively asked, Granduncle, how long do you plan to stay this time? The white-haired old man replied, Not long. I'll leave after finalizing my will. Hearing this, Lin Junfeng's face immediately lit up with joy. The white-haired old man had worked hard abroad for decades, amassing billions in assets. Unfortunately, he had no children, so he made an agreement with his nephew, Lin Junfeng. As long as he had a child, he could inherit all of his wealth. This secret was something I found out after asking a friend to investigate. Then I told Lu Zijuan, who was about to go abroad. This was the real reason Lin Junfeng borrowed a womb to have a child, which was why Lu Zijuan was so angry after learning the truth. Looking at the expectant Lin Junfeng, the white-haired old man said calmly, I've decided to donate all of my assets to the International Red Cross. Lin Junfeng felt like he had been struck by a bolt of lightning and was completely dumbfounded. Gee, granduncle, are you kidding me? You'd rather donate the money to others than leave it to me? The white-haired old man countered. Why would I leave it to you? Lin Junfeng became anxious. Didn't we agree before that as long as I had a child, you would make me the heir? You even have the nerve to mention the child? The white-haired old man snorted coldly. Lin Junfeng, I ask you, when you had a child with Mu Yunxi, did you divorce Zijuan? Lin Junfeng's forehead was covered in cold sweat. And no. Also, when Mu Yunxi was pregnant, was she married to someone else? This. Slap. The white-haired old man suddenly raised his hand and gave him a heavy slap across the face. Enticing someone else's wife, borrowing a womb to have a child, and then kicking aside your wife of many years. Lin Junfeng, the faces of our Lin family ancestors have been utterly disgraced by you. Despite his age, his strength was considerable, and Lin Junfeng's right cheek visibly swelled up. The old classmates stared at each other with wide eyes, none of them daring to go up and intervene, including Lin Juanfeng's close friends. The white-haired old man trembled slightly, obviously furious. He pointed at Mu Yunxi and cursed. And you shameless slut, who doesn't abide by the rules of womanhood. While your husband is away, you seduce another man to have a child. If this was before liberation, you would have been drowned in a pig cage. If Zijuan hadn't traveled all the way overseas to tell me about the terrible things you've done, I would probably have been kept in the dark until my death. Mu Yunxi was pale with fear from the scolding, not daring to say a word. She secretly glanced at Lu Zijuan with a very resentful look in her eyes. Lin Junfeng knew things were bad and quickly said, "Uncle, it's all a misunderstanding. Let me explain." "It's already a fact. What's there to explain?" the white-haired old man roared. "You and another man's wife birthed this bastard, who's crying in the stroller right now, and you have the nerve to hold a centenary banquet?" Bah! A wad of thick yellow-red phlegm landed squarely on Lin Junfeng's face. Lin Junfeng, not caring about the disgusting feeling, thumped to his knees in front of the wheelchair, hugging the old man's leg and weeping. "Uncle, it was all my fault for being confused for a moment. Actually, this whole thing was Miao Yunxi's seduction. She said that these years, her heart has been set on giving me a child. I couldn't resist her constant temptations. That's why I agreed. You're right. She's a slut. Please forgive me this time, for the sake of being your own nephew." "Get out, I don't have a nephew like you," the white-haired old man snorted coldly. "What are you guys still waiting for?" As soon as he finished speaking, several burly bodyguards stepped forward and dragged Lin Junfeng away like a dead dog. "It's torture to stay in this filthy place even for a second. Let's go." Lu Zijuan pushed the old man away. Lin Junfeng, unwilling to give up, tried to beg for mercy again, but the bodyguards blocked him, preventing him from even getting close to the wheelchair and even pushing him to the ground. "Junfeng, are you okay?" Miao Yunxi went to help him up, but Lin Junfeng suddenly exploded. He grabbed Miao Yunxi's hair and slapped her twice hard across the face. "It's all your fault. It's all your fault. If it weren't for you seducing me, coming up with this stupid idea to have a child, my uncle's billion-dollar fortune would be mine. It's all your fault." Miao Yunxi's lips were bleeding from the beating. Even so, she didn't fight back, but instead pleaded, "Calm down, Junfeng. I'm your wife." "What wife, bah? Your Ning Rant's good-for-nothing wife. Stop dreaming. I won't marry you. Take your son and get the hell out of here." Old classmates couldn't stand it anymore and stepped forward to try and mediate. I took one last look at Miao Yunxi and limped out of the hotel. As I walked out the door, I saw a white BMW parked on the side of the road. Lu Zijuan rolled down the window and looked at me. "Ning Ran, are you okay? Get in the car. I'll take you to the hospital." I said it wasn't necessary. It was just a minor injury. "What minor injury? You're bleeding." Lu Zijuan took me to the hospital, handled the registration, and waited in line, bustling around. After the wound was bandaged, she took me back home. On the way, I asked curiously if the old man had really decided to donate all his money. Lu Zijuan smiled slightly. "Whether he donates it or not, Lin Junfeng won't get a single penny. The older generation values face the most. You saw how angry he was just now." I nodded. I accidentally bumped my wound and hissed in pain. Lu Zijuan immediately stopped the car, asking with concern what was wrong. "It's nothing, just pulled the wound a bit. Be careful. The doctor said it will take more than a week for your wound to recover." Lu Zijuan hesitated for a moment. "How about this? I'll take care of you during this time." I quickly said it wasn't necessary, that I could manage. And being alone with a woman, it wouldn't look good if word got out. Lu Zijuan brushed a lock of hair from her forehead and said straightforwardly, "What's wrong with it? You're single. I'm single. Who can gossip?" I could only say, "But it's too much trouble for you." "It's no trouble at all. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't have seen Lin Junfeng's true colors. I thought he was just tired of the relationship." Lu Zijuan's eyes showed a tenderness. "Ning Ran, you're a good man. You shouldn't be treated like this by life. Let me take care of you these few days, okay?" She pleaded repeatedly, so I finally agreed. Under Lu Zijuan's meticulous care, my injury healed quickly. I also experienced the happiness of being cared for the first time. After marrying Miao Yunxi, it was always me taking care of her. She never cared for me. Laundry, cooking, grocery shopping, mopping the floor. It was basically all done by me alone. Even when I was sick, I had to force myself to do it. Though it was tiring, I did it willingly. Because my heart was only for her. I loved her deeply. That kind of love that goes deep into the bones, into the soul. When she laughs, I would be happy with her. When she cries, I would kiss away her tears. When she's sick and refuses to take medicine, I would follow behind her, coaxing and persuading her. tirelessly. I was like a satellite, constantly revolving around Mu Yunshi, never stopping. A year ago, the company manager approached me, asking if I could go abroad for official business. When I heard that the assignment would last at least a year, I refused, because I didn't want to be too far away from Mu Yunshi for too long. After Mu Yunshi learned about this, she called me an idiot. 1 year is just a blink of an eye. Returning from the assignment meant a promotion and a raise. Why refuse? I listened to her, and ultimately still went abroad. But what I never expected was that the first news I heard upon my return was that she had given birth to a child with another man. I loved her wholeheartedly, only to receive betrayal. What a great irony. After my injuries had completely healed, Lu Zijuan continued to come over every day to do my laundry and cooking. I felt somewhat indebted and suggested several times that she didn't have to come, but she still insisted. Even an idiot should be able to see that she has feelings for me now. One afternoon, while Lu Zijuan was busy in the kitchen, Mu Yunshi came to the door. After not seeing her for over a week, the once radiant her had become haggard and aged. When I opened the door, I almost didn't recognize her. Mu Yunshi looked full of grief, holding a baby in her arms. It turned out that Lin Junfeng, after realizing there was no hope of inheriting his uncle's estate, had thrown her out of the house in a fit of anger. Judging from the wounds on Mu Yunshi's arms and forehead, she must have been abused quite a bit these past few days. This was something absolutely impossible before, because I couldn't bear for her to suffer the slightest harm. Even if her finger was lightly cut by a knife, I would feel pain for days. Ningran, I was wrong. Junfeng doesn't love me at all. He just treated me like a tool for procreation, using me up and then kicking me away. He kicked me out of the house. He's simply not human. Oh, it turns out that the only person in this world who is good to me is you. I regret it so much. I really regret it. Mu Yunshi cried as she leaned towards me, wanting to seek the same reliance and protection as before. I pushed her away expressionlessly. Mrs. Lin, please behave yourself. We are no longer husband and wife. Mu Yunshi looked surprised. She probably never dreamed I would do that. Ningran, are you deaf? Me and the child are homeless. Junfeng doesn't want us anymore. Are you also going to kick us out, leaving me and the child to wander the streets? Ningran, you wouldn't have been so heartless before, I said coldly. You also know that was before. Mu Yunshi, the moment I found out you gave birth to Lin Junfeng's child, my heart had already died. Remember the day of the 100-day banquet, the ashtray you threw? It hit me accurately and hard. The doctor said that if the force was any greater, I might have become a vegetable. I finally know what I am in your eyes. Mu Yunshi looked embarrassed, still trying to explain. Ningran, listen to me. I was indeed blinded by anger at the time and acted so rashly. But you were also at fault. You shouldn't have hurt the baby. He is a piece of flesh that fell from my body. As a mother, what I did was normal. Just then, Lu Zijuan came out with a kitchen knife. She snorted coldly. Mu Yunshi, stop making excuses for yourself. I had someone check the hotel surveillance footage afterwards. It wasn't anyone else who pinched the child but Lin Junfeng. And he pinched him in front of your face. I'd like to ask, why, blinded by anger, didn't you throw the ashtray at his head? Instead, you threw it at completely innocent Ningran's head. Mu Yunshi was completely dumbfounded. After a moment of blankness, she suddenly remembered something and shouted sternly, Lu Zijuan, why are you in my husband's house? Your husband's house? Lu Zijuan laughed. Please, you've been divorced for almost 3 months now. Saying such things, aren't you afraid of being laughed at? Mu Yunshi screamed hoarsely. Ningran is mine. Even if we're divorced, he still loves me. What right do you, a discarded piece of trash that Junfeng threw away, have to seduce him? Lu Zijuan said. Whether he loves you or not is not up to you. Mu Yunshi turned her gaze to me. Ningran, you once said you would love me for a lifetime, and you even swore it. Have you forgotten it all? Don't you love me anymore? I sighed. Mu Yunshi, I'll say it one last time. I did love you, but that's all in the past. We're over. We all have our own lives. I won't bother you, and I ask you not to bother me anymore. After saying that, I slammed the door shut. Mu Yunshi banged on the door, crying and shouting. Ningran, I was wrong. I know I was wrong. For the sake of our years of feelings, please forgive me just this once. Okay? I will only be good to you from now on. I'll have children for you, many, many children. Ningran, say something. I silently clenched my fists, ignoring her desperate pleas. A pair of gentle hands wrapped around me, and Lu Zijuan's red lips softly kissed my face. Ningran, don't be soft-hearted. This kind of woman doesn't deserve you to turn back. I nodded. After more than 10 minutes of commotion, Mu Yunshi finally left. On the balcony, I saw her holding the child, looking lost and dejected. Under the setting sun, her shadow stretched long and distorted. A month later, an old classmate called me, saying that Lin Junfeng and Mu Yunxi were dead. I asked how they died. My classmate said that after Mu Yunxi married Lin Junfeng, she was basically beaten and abused every day. Last night, Lin Junfeng, who was drunk as a skunk, had beaten her severely again. With a swollen and bruised face, Mu Yunxi silently cleaned up the vomit on the floor, fed the child, and then took a kitchen knife from the kitchen and chopped Lin Junfeng. He was chopped into very small, very fine pieces. Even the police and forensic doctor who arrived on the scene almost threw up. After killing Lin Junfeng, Mu Yunxi closed the doors and windows tightly, turned on the gas stove, and embraced her child as they took their last journey. After listening, I was a bit melancholy, but more than that, I felt relieved. I had actually guessed that things wouldn't end well for them, but I didn't expect the ending to be so tragic. It was also a just punishment for their sins, but I felt sorry for the child. I put down my phone and looked up. Lu Zijuan, wearing a pure white wedding dress, was slowly walking towards me. "Husband, what do you think of this wedding dress?" She smiled radiantly, incomparably beautiful. I smiled and said, "It's great, let's go with this one. But the price seems a bit expensive." "It's not expensive, husband. I forgot to tell you something." "What is it?" "Uncle Lin has decided to take me as his adopted daughter, and he has also made a new will. All assets will be inherited by me." Lu Zijuan's face was beaming. "Don't mention just this wedding dress, even the entire bridal shop. Your wife can buy it. Also, my infertility has been cured, and I can have babies for you." My heart was filled with a mix of emotions. What Lin Junfeng had always coveted, someone else could obtain easily. Just like Mu Yunxi, no matter how hard I tried back then, there was always another man in her heart. Fortunately, everything was in the past. Waiting for me was a beautiful and happy tomorrow. The end.